Okay, welcome in everybody. Welcome to the Women's Wellness Network and welcome to our guest here today. Hello, Leah. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. It's so great to meet you, Tammy.
I think the same about you. Thank you. It's nice to finally meet you. So, first of all, let's just get right into it. Let's tell everybody where you are in the world.
I'm here in Malaysia for the last 5 years. I'm Canadian from Toronto, but I've been living here in Malaysia.
That is amazing. That is so cool. I think it's amazing, right? You're way over there, and I'm where you came from, and we're connecting, and we don't
Yeah.
even know each other. So, yeah, I really
Yay.
love the network for that whole reason. It's beautiful. So here we are, and we want to know something about Leah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about who Leah is?
Yeah, I am helping women uh who feel unseen, unheard, insignificant, uh and have um reconnect with their self-worth and their true authentic selves, because um I know that in my life and in my experience, I spent most of my life being a people pleaser and wearing many masks. And so it's really my mission to help people, women in particular, actually, to uh, drop their mask and start putting themselves first and realize that they are already worthy. And when women start to recognize how unique and wonderful they are, then they start showing up wholly, like fully in the world. So I want to empower women to show up as the leaders that they really already are.
Oh, that's
So
awesome. Wow. I mean, that's
yeah,
we should all be doing that, and we should all be striving for that because,
yeah.
man, we just don't even barely scratch the surface of all those things and finding out who we are and our true everything, all our, birthrights and all the things that we maybe have squelched or put to the side or didn't even know about. I think half the times we don't even we don't even realize. So how did you get into this? How did you decide that this was going to be the thing you needed to do?
Um, as I said, I lived most of my life always trying to be what everybody else wanted me to be. And I never really felt truly loved because I was really uh hiding who I really was. So therefore the love that I was getting wasn't really for the true me, it was for the mask me. So when I was a teenager, uh because of that, I really fell into the wrong crowd. And so that took me down a pretty dark path and ended up being an addict on the street and homeless. And um, yeah. And I also, of course, at points was extremely depressed. And so, it took me, quite some time. And I eventually got clean, but I still was depressed and still doing those same behaviors of trying to be what everybody else wanted me to be. And then I took my first personal growth course in around the year 2000. So it's been a long time now. I don't know the exact date, but around 2000. And I've been interested in so, self-help and personal growth for a long time and have learned so much along the way. And so I guess that's where things started to turn around. I wouldn't say quickly, but certainly started to turn around. And so that's really what was the the catalyst for I didn't when I first went for personal growth course, actually uh, I'd never even heard of such a thing. I ended up there by accident, or there's no such thing
Mm,
as an accident. So the
yeah,
universe put that in my path, thank God. And so, yeah, so
that's
that's really
amazing.
where it all started. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. And I think that's the thing, right? Like people don't realize that if you're paying attention and you sort of feel like, something needs to change or something needs to happen, and if if you're not looking, you don't know. Like you said, this course came across your path and it's like, oh, wait a second. Is this for me? Do I need this? And you just sort of, okay, well, let me see. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
That's
The
right. It
truth
opens up
is,
a little box.
yeah, the truth is that the funny story about it is that my sister and I thought that my mom was in a cult, is what we thought. So I went in the
Oh,
front row like this. I was going to save my mom from this thing or whatever. And the facilitator came out, and he was this 70-year-old man, amazing man. He's already passed away, but his son has taken over. But anyway, he was the sweetest, like grandfather that I never had. And I was an open book and a sponge for the rest of the 4-day weekend. Like I was like, I need to be here. And it was an experiential workshop, it had talking about like trust and getting a new perspective on things. Like, I mean, I was just like, oh, and journal, and it was,
yeah,
yeah, this is
right.
for me. Yeah.
Right? Somebody directed
Yeah.
me to go here, and I need to soak in every little bit of everything because, yeah,
Yeah.
because you're resonating with it. That's the thing, right? When you hear that
Yeah.
thing or see something and it says, yeah, just try, because you
Yeah.
just never know, right? So when you work
My
with your
my
clients,
walls my walls melted instantly. So it
oh,
was, yeah.
oh, well, I mean, that's going to be, I see how somebody like yourself working with somebody who's new, who's is this really for me? How do I get this? How do I do this? What is this about? Because you seem like you've done the work, you've come through a bunch of stuff, and I think
Yeah.
that's a big deal for myself. Trauma informed, having the ropes yourself because you've done it, you've done the work. So when you
Yeah.
start working with, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry. Um, it when I think that when you have those experiences yourself, you're able to listen with a different set of ears, and you're also able to empathize, even if it's not the exact same situation as myself. I'm able to really listen and be empathetic.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah,
think
having a
that,
whole bunch of compassion.
yeah, and I think that, well, we all need to do that a little bit more, but it's easier when we realize that everybody has their own unique struggles and traumas, and what may seem small to us is big for another,
Right. That's so
right?
true. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Experiences that some person's worst experience might be some person's, you know, oh, I'm so sorry. Like it's not that big to them, but
right.
that's because that's the worst thing that they've experienced. And it's traumatic. It doesn't matter. It doesn't, there's no gauge inside of our body that says this is worse than that time or this is worse than that person. It just says, ugh, I don't want to do this. It feels terrible. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
exactly.
how would, wait, you have some clients, they're going to come to you. Do they, where in their journey are they usually when they show up to you? Are they at the beginning? Are they in the middle?
I would say probably more towards the middle, because I tend to work with people who are committed and action takers. And I, I, I think that, yeah, I think nobody's ever asked me that question. It's a good question. Um, yeah, they're in the middle, like already on, what they would consider a journey,
Okay, right.
of,
They've realized they're understanding when they're needing some
yeah,
some unlocking of some things. So, okay,
yeah.
explain to me a little bit how you would work with somebody new who came to you. How do you first begin with them?
So, as you can see by my background, I'm an artist. Also, I'm really crazy about journaling, really crazy about journaling. And then I can also, you can put the two together and then you will end up with art journaling. So no matter what, it usually ends up being some sort of creative process because I believe that when we can get into the flow of creativity, whatever that creative process looks like, then we are already connect uh, beyond our chatter in our brain. So I would first, of course, start by listening to where they're at and asking questions to get them to see where they're at. And then each person is, of course, uh, on their own journey, and so see what we need to focus on the most. But
Right.
then I usually have fun with it. Get into some journaling exercises that can help, or some art exercises that can help. Maybe I will give them like a little actually they end up giving it to themselves, but I get them to make up some homework for themselves, sort of. Yeah.
Fun.
Uh, I'm not one to like, let's dig up the past and all this kind
Right.
of stuff. It's always about lifting the person up and moving forward.
Right, exactly. Oh yeah, like that butterfly, right? Like we don't need
Yes.
to go back. We've already come this far. We can't go back and
Yeah.
be a caterpillar. We got to keep moving forward. Yeah, I love
Yes.
that you mix the art and journaling together. That is beautiful. Like art in
Yeah.
itself is such a wonderful therapy. And well, we know journaling. That's just, that's everybody knows about journaling, dang it,
You're
or they
right.
should at least, right? It's like
They
one of the
should.
basic things. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you come
Yeah.
across other things that are a little bit different, a little bit outside of the box, and people are, oh, how does that work? Like, what does that look like? So, do you work with people in person and online, or just in person, or how do you work with clients?
I have not so far worked with people in person. I would like to eventually have retreats, especially because I live in this beautiful country very close to the beach.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I work at the moment. I work one-on-one with clients online in a Zoom format, and
Okay.
I do have a couple uh very small women's mastermind groups, yeah, that are
Okay.
working on their self-worth, really. Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, that's amazing. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing we want to happen. We want to have these spaces for them to go and see and be able to do and learn more things. So if our women want to connect with you, how can they do that?
I have my own, I do everything through my own personal Facebook page.
Okay.
I do have an Instagram as well. However, Facebook is my main focus. So you can always find everything on my Facebook page. And some stuff I remember to hit that little button that says share to Instagram, to be honest. Right. And then I also have a business page, which is Planet Shift.
Oh,
Planet Shift. Yeah.
oh, I like
So
that.
yeah, but you can just find me at Leah Jacobs on Facebook easily, and I can put the link in later. Yeah.
Perfect. That would be wonderful. So, women of the Women's Wellness Network, if you would like to connect with Leah, we will put all of her information into the comment section and reach out to her. Check out what she's got going on because it's a little different. A little journaling,
Yes.
little art. Like, who doesn't need art in their day? Makes me feel great. Like
Yeah.
even, working through stuff, it feels like it's doing something. You can see something happening on the page or whatever medium that you're using. You can see progress being there. And I love that. I think that's amazing.
Yeah,
So, Leah,
yeah.
is there anything else you would like to share with us or tell us about? Do you have any courses, programs, anything coming up, anything that you feel like we need to know?
I just am planning a mastermind. I have not set a date yet. Of course, I will let everyone know once I have that date set and be inviting everyone. But that will be coming up really soon. Just a few hours, kind of mastermind workshop, masterclass. And then also, um, I'm hoping to start up some more very intimate. I like to keep it to 5 or 6 people. So open up some more of those calls for women. Because I feel like when we can get together as women and share in intimate spaces, that we all become cheerleaders for each other. And yeah, and so I like to keep it as a small group so that we really connect and get to know each other, and then end up being a really tight circle. So
Yeah, that
yeah,
sounds amazing. See, there's groups everywhere, and these people are, there's always something. There's always somewhere for us to go and, connect with people. And I think that's part of the thing. That's part of the thing. We need to
yeah,
connect and, yeah, see what people have to offer and see um, what we might even not know that we need, or, you're not even
yeah.
interested because you don't know it exists.
It's really time for all of us to, I believe this, it's really time for all of us to really let our light shine. And we get so busy with our day-to-day lives and all of the demands on us, and all the stuff that goes on up here, and we sometimes can forget how beautiful that those connections can be, and we forget to create them, nurture them, because we're just too busy with everything.
Right?
Yeah,
It's so true.
yeah,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we got to remember to slow down a little and take time for ourselves. Heal
yeah,
with us in ourselves first and
yeah,
then get out there and help others. And that's exactly what
yeah,
you're doing. So I appreciate you, Leah. Thank you so much for
yeah.
coming today. It was really nice to get to know you and hear about what you've got going on. And yes, we'll definitely have you back. So thank you very much. And
Thank you,
Women of the
Kimmy.
Women's Wellness, oh, you're so welcome. Women of the Women's Wellness Network, absolutely check out what Leah has going on. And until next time, be well.
Thank
Thank you, Leah.